this is how much I love my cars. When I had the Lotus Carlton, the Evolution, all the way up to, I think it was Daihatsu, I never had a license.
Really?
No, I always used to have a provisional, hence why I could afford the insurance. I'll come off 100, I think it was 120, he caught me at 102. I went to court and I got 6 points. And I thought, I didn't lose my license, like, because I needed it to go to work.
Oh, they're a bit lenient with you.
So, yeah, and a couple of people dependent on me.
That old chestnut.
Yeah, you know, innit? Well, that sort of worked. And so I got 6 points. Then I got rid of that and I got the Lotus Carlton. Now, the Lotus Carlton was the thing that got me more points, not through speeding. Police officer watched me fill up in a petrol station and followed me out. Stopped me and literally give me a producer. On the producer, no L plates. That's 3 points. Happened then. I went down to London. Same thing happened the same weekend.
Was this like a vanity thing? You didn't want to put L plates on because...
My excuse was people thought I was taking the piss having a car like that with L plates, so I used to pull them off.
Yeah.
But I just never used to have them on there.
If you've got a ride, come tell us your tale. On this podcast, highway will never derail.
Welcome to Gasoline Junkies. Could you tell us who you are and what you drive?
Right, so my name is Ray. I drive, my daily is a B-Class Mercedes. My track car is a BMW M2 Competition.
Nice.
And my promo car is a McLaren 570S, which is outside in the car
Which you've
park.
just pulled up in, haven't you? Yeah, got a little bit squirty over that, I must
about
admit.
to say I'm going to ask you lot for some donations to get me back home for fuel if possible.
What is the fuel like on it?
It's not bad.
Is it not?
The tank's tiny, so that's the reason it drinks a lot. It's not because it's, it is drinking. It's just a small tank.
Yeah.
But yeah, she drinks like a bitch.
So what's your miles per gallon on that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, if you're sitting in traffic. The thing is, with those sort of cars, everyone goes, oh, if you can afford to, that's cliche. But even if you're sitting in traffic, it goes down in 5 mile segments. So just use a start-stop. That's the best thing to do on that.
Oh, see, I don't like a start-stop.
No.
It annoys the shit out of me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But on that, I suppose it's saving you a fortune. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so you've turned up in that. Could you tell us a little bit about the process of getting there? I keep pointing because I can see it. We don't normally have them covered.
Thank God
curtains
for
on.
that, because I left the keys in there. Might be joking. So when you say process of getting that, it's like
So why did you end up getting the McLaren? Was there other options or?
To be fair, I love the baby supercars. I was looking into an Aventador, and even the sales guy said to me, "Ray, leave them alone. They're just hideous to drive."
Okay.
And something wide and big, it's going to be a mission to reverse and park. Even just drive that alone, you're in a good position for the road. But when it comes to reverse parking and stuff like that, the rims on there, you don't want to curb those.
What was this speed bump like as you come over?
That's fine.
Was it?
They're not standard wheels on there, so they're bigger wheels on the car. So the car's already, is risen a word? It's risen a bit.
It can be now.
So it's got front lift anyway, so
Right.
you can put the front. I don't really use it anymore for front lift. You don't need it.
Oh, okay.
It's absolutely fine as long as you don't go flying over the speed hump. But apart from that, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely
Brilliant.
fine. But it's an everyday drive. It's a brilliant car to drive.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, beautiful looking car. So obviously the process of getting that in particular,
Right,
Was that the only option that you went for? Or?
Yeah, because I don't know if you can edit this, but a Porsche, we call a clitoris car, because every See You Next Tuesday's got one. But you can't diss the way those are made. They're second to none.
Yes.
The engineering, brilliant, but they are they're everyday cars. Like you see them on, if I'm going to buy something, especially as a promo car for the app that I have.
So as you can see,
the car is completely banded up with my spec written all over it. But that's the reason it's modified as well, because it has to stand out. You could go to a supercar show and you can get 10, 20 McLaren sitting there. After you see one, it's like, right, there's another one. It's got to stand out.
Yeah.
So that was the next. I wanted a Hurricane. The Hurricane was a bit too much money for me to be spending on a car. The one I wanted was a Profimonte. You're looking at 200 plus grand for one of those, and that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
But that was perfect for me.
Yeah. So a good segue is, can you tell us about your app?
So basically, so you can let me see in a nutshell. So you have yourself. Imagine you're into your bikes, you're into quads, I'm into cars, and you modified it. You want to show it off. So that's what the app originally was for. So basically, it's a show off app. So it's showcase your ride to everyone on a global network. So it's not just for the UK. Like I said, we travel a lot. So basically, in the Caribbean, Asia, they've got their own thing, but they're only segregated to those areas of the world. So no one gets to see what they're doing across the water. A lot of Asia has modified boats, speed boats, or called long-tail boats. They put V8s in them and all that sorts of crazy shit. So the app was really created for enthusiasts and customizers alike to basically showcase their ride. So I can look at your ride on there, and for argument's sake, you had a nice set of wheels. I can contact you on there. It also shows a lot of the events going on, again, worldwide, in what part of the country is in a date order as well.
Okay.
There's a chat room on there, so you can contact with people, all different cars, boats, bikes, quads, you name it. Anything you modify, put it on the app and show it off.
Brilliant.
So that's originally what it's for.
Okay, so what has it evolved since?
It's been tweaked. Obviously, everyone's seen the film, and everything that goes on. He ran back home and he typed it in, and he just modified it. It's exactly what we're doing on a weekly basis with the apps. There's so many new things. In the beginning, it was just to do with customized vehicles, and all of a sudden, there's let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah.
It's constantly evolving. Yeah, and that's the thing, which is good with that as well, because it keeps people, you can't just get someone to look on there and look at cars or bikes or boats. You've got to keep them, really
interested
involved. So then you have to start feeding their interest in the app. So there's a lot to think about, and like I said, it's constantly evolving.
So if you take, say, Chris, for example, he's got the Nissan Navara truck.
Yeah.
Well, we managed to put Dodge Ram wheels on it. Which, obviously, I don't think many people with a Nissan Navara
Did
probably
you need to modify it to do that?
We've got an angle grinder and cut some of the inside out, but not much.
Simply said no. So, I mean, stuff like that, people might see that and then say, right, how'd you do that? Did you have to get like wheel hubs?
Yeah,
we've got the converters on there.
There you go, something like that. And, the offsets, what offset did your wheel come? Things like that. And then someone might come along and go, right, then there you go, we done this and that. And then, you give them an insight of what you've done, and before you know it, you've got your own little community or network there as well. So it's
That's
like
really cool.
Yeah. But it is slowly growing.
Yeah.
It is a very slow process. The app's there, but people got to know it's there. And that's the hardest part, I think, of any business as well, especially even we've got the internet now and all social media. It's still a mission.
It is, we find that with what we're doing now.
But it's all fun at the end of the day. Give me an excuse to go to all these shows and park the car up and piss off and speak to people, which is good, it's brilliant.
So obviously with the McLaren, do you use it as an actual track day car, or is it a promotional car?
That's a promo car. The M2 competition
is the
track day. So we've got a race driver, Ash Miller.
So this is to do with the app, or is this separate from the app?
So it's basically it's a bit of both. So that's another investment we've gone into in a venture. So my race driver, Ash Miller, he will take you out. And it's basically driver tuition. Don't just go there and just drag the car around the track.
Yeah.
He will teach you how to not kill yourself on the street.
Oh, right,
and the M2 is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I haven't been out with him yet, but people come along, they go out with him for the day. And literally, I mean, you guys got to come out with us. It'd be brilliant.
I'd love to,
Ash is an absolute legend behind the wheel. I mean, there's nobody he doesn't know in the race industry.
Okay.
He's pretty good.
Does he want to come on a podcast?
I'll bring him on. You hear that, Ash?
You can both come on.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's really, really good. But yeah, that's what that car's for. It literally just sits at home until, and if I need to drive for an excuse to take it out, I will. But again, that's a gorgeous car to drive. It sounds awesome. It's torquey as hell. The back end is more twitchy than.
So what track do you use? Or is it
depends what's available at the time. The more safer one for novice would be Bedford, because if you come off, you're just going into grass.
Yeah.
And then depending on if we can't get the track, it could be Snetterton. But we're trying to do things where everyone can actually turn up. Yeah. Because appreciate everyone doesn't live down the road from each other. Yeah. Like when we were kids. But it is a fun car. It is there just for that. And my daily, like I said, is B class. Again, that's modified.
I was going to say, is it modified?
It's got to be, it's just rims and a map. So apart from that, this next year is probably going to get some decal on the side again, because that's my daily. So people got to know about my spec, and that's the one that probably people can see most.
So do you think that's a good idea, specking your car up?
When you say specking,
not specking it up, like decaling it up. advertising your brand.
Yeah, because that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
That was an excuse to buy the car as well. You know, I've had a Lamborghini Gallardo, and that was just literally just to, again, I worked my ass off and I thought, well, I'm going to get something that I really wanted. And that's when, again, it sounds a bit cliche, but if it's not going to kill you and you can afford it, just do it. I mean, I had it for a couple of years, and after that, people go, "Oh, you get bored of driving it." Trust me, it's not a Golf GTI. You never get bored of driving a car like that. It's absolute, like, you get in and you smile. Same with that. You know, you get in and you put your foot down. It's not the quickest car on the road, but it goes.
It makes you smile. Smiles per mile.
I like that. Yeah.
100%. Convincing you to get your Mustang, yeah.
Yeah, almost.
What are you after?
There's a Mustang popped up on eBay, and it's cheap for what it is. And I've got a BMW 5 Series, and like on a 98, so it's the
Diesel?
E30, no petrol.
Okay.
Yeah, E39. It's a M5 lookalike. It looks the part.
Replica?
Yeah. It looks the part. You go up close, not so much, but it looks the part. From a distance, it looks all right.
Nice.
But I love it, but it spends more time in the garage than it does in my drive. I don't really use it too much. Probably get worse miles per gallon than what you get out of that.
Oh, really?
It's horrendous, but yeah, this Mustang's popped up. It's something I've always wanted, and I keep putting it off. And you're just like, when people sort of say what you've just said there, it's like, you know, now's the time. There's never a good time to buy anything, you know. And then you just think, oh, maybe should I? And I think I should.
Do you know what the thing is, right? So with these sort of things it's never a right time. It's almost like when you say, when was the right time to have a child? When you have it, you'll deal with it.
Yeah.
And the only good thing about the car is when you're fed up with it, you can sell it to kids.
Yeah. And the thing is with the sort of cars that you've obviously going through your car history, you won't lose a great deal on them because they're sought after cars, aren't they? You know.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, on the McLarens, you're probably going to lose a bit on the McLaren, but I made money on the Gallardo.
Did you?
I made money on that because I bought it. I knew what I was buying into because those cars were going up in value.
Yeah.
And when they stopped making them as well, they went up and then they went down. So I sold it. I lost the money on it because the commission for selling it was $5,000. So I broke even on that, but still it was free motoring. It weren't free because I didn't got my fuel money back. But you know, I had it. It was a lovely car to own.
Ticked a box, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
With that one outside, that one I won't tell you 100% how much it is. It's well over $100,000. It's probably sitting around near $100,000 now to buy.
Is it? No, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, and it depends on what you do with it and the mileage. And that's the guy that I bought it off. He bought it brand new. I'm the second owner, but he fully spec'd that out and he didn't even know. When I got in there, I just realised when I went to certain shows and that, you know, people going, oh yeah, I wish I got this. And I thought, my car's fully loaded. Everything's in electric. The only thing that's not electric is the engine. Yeah. You know, but yeah.
So is that a hybrid, that one?
No.
Which is the McLaren that's the hybrid?
It begins with A. It's I can't even pronounce it.
So what did you say the battery's worth? $5,000.
It's about $4,000 for the battery, but it's a lithium battery, so they're light as hell. But if they do go wrong, you can just swap them out for a normal lead battery.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. The only difference is there's a little module on there that shows you the days of parking. Yeah. That's the only thing with that. When you don't drive it, you have to make sure you go in and you start up because when she's dead, and you don't want to just jump her, but she can blow a load of stuff like an ECU, which you probably can't find on eBay. But yeah, no, like I said, I love driving it. It's an absolute beast.
Good
for me. But yeah, get your Mustang, man.
I know. I should. I'm old enough now. My kids are old enough.
Do you know what you got to look into when you're buying these sort of rides is obviously you can afford to buy it. It's your maintenance. Make sure you find out what the cars need and what goes wrong on them all the time and what they cost to fix.
So when I bought the BMW, these lot always take the piss out of me for it. I didn't really look into. To me, like before I bought it, BMW was a real good brand, and you know they never go wrong. And then I did do a little bit of research, and everyone's like, the engines are bomb-proof, and these, they're bulletproof. Like you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm like, oh, okay. So I bought it, and within 2 months, the head gasket went.
No.
Yeah, but it wasn't really I had the engine rebuilt, but it was at the time it was away. It was away for 10 months. It went to 2 different garages. So when I got then I got it back.
That was in the first year, 10 months in the garage.
Yeah. So I had it for 2 months and it went away for 10 months. So yeah, pain in the ass. But since I've had it back, this is all the things I've replaced in it, right? So I've had the engine rebuilt, like head gasket engine rebuilt. I've changed the thermostat housing, oil, water fan, water pump, radiator, water reservoir, power steering reservoir, alternator, starter motor.
How do you remember this?
And I'm just having, because it cost me a fortune, and I'm just having all of the suspension done because it's one of the, I'm having all coilovers put over it. So it's things like that, and like they say, like you should do something every day that scares you. Well, getting in my car and drive, bearing in mind I only work 3 miles away, it scares the shit out of me because I just constantly think I'm going to break down in it. And that's kind of took a bit of the fun away from owning that car.
Yeah.
So I think the Mustang would be a little bit more reliable.
Oh, without a doubt.
A little bit more reliable, touch wood.
Without a doubt. I had a really bad experience from, anyone remember the Maestro Turbo back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
So I went out for a test drive and that. It was brilliant. I said, I'd have that. So I bought it off him. And on the way home, parked up outside my brother's house, and I saw smoke. Straight away, the water hose had come off the radiator. It's not a biggie.
Yeah. Put
it back on. And I had nothing but problems with that car since I had it till the day I got rid of it. And we boosted it up. The thing was quick. The only thing that was not Leyland on there was the gearbox, which is Honda. It was because it kept breaking gearboxes.
Right.
It was a really torquey, very powerful car. It had an SU carburetor on it, so you couldn't tune it for shit.
Right.
My mate down the road who had a GT Turbo at the time, he said, "Why don't you just leave the bonnet off it? It's easier for you, Ray." He goes, "You're always underneath it." We strapped the intercooler, turned the boost up. It's easy done back in the day. You could just adjust the wastegate arm.
Right,
So
yeah.
So you can just bleed the hell out of it. And it just went wrong all the time. It was just when it was running, even if it was foggy, the actual moisture in the air screwed with the carburetor, so it wouldn't even run. It was an absolute dog. And then started to go through my cars and stuff like that. Started to do modifications, all different types of cars and all that sort of stuff. I would say to anyone, if you're trying to get into the supercars, this is what I would do. I'm into property.
Yeah.
So what I done, you scope out a house that you want, and you go down to B&Q, and you get yourself a lovely set of screwdrivers and a crowbar, and that will get you into properties. And you get your TVs out of there. I'm only joking. B&Q aren't the best. Screw fix is bad. No,
it's cheaper.
I'm into property, and that's what got me most of my rides. I went up and down for all the rides. The first ones I modified was the Daihatsu GTTI. I don't know if you know about that. I've sent you a picture.
You sent me a picture and I didn't know about it, so I then did a bit of research, and that thing was a little beast, wasn't it?
Oh, mate.
That's a pocket rocket,
That's
wasn't
when
it?
Fast and Furious first came out. So the first thing I done was went up the road and bought a K&N filter and shoved that straight on, turned the boost up and listened to the turbo whine. But that thing was absolutely rapid.
Yeah.
It was rapid as hell. I showed you, you've got the picture as well with the modifications we've done on that. Well, that was all my first customization. And the only thing I learned from that is don't do it again.
Really?
Because it's good when it's done, but because it's your work and you don't want to see it deteriorate. You might park it up in a car park, someone accidentally dings into it and you're thinking, shit.
It's your pride and joy.
Yeah. So I got it done, went traveling for a year, came back and I sold it straight away. Again, that was running about 25 PSI of boost. It was a 3-cylinder. I've sent you the picture as well. It's half a Skyline engine. So it's like you chop it in half, it breathes brilliant, it moves like stink. But with all old Japanese cars, the engine's bulletproof, but
is it rusty?
Rust bucket and a half.
Yeah.
But then you fall in love with these cars and you start ploughing money into them. But I cut that off and just sold it.
Okay, so that's a good segue into, obviously tell us about your car history. So do you remember your first car?
My first car, I bought it off my dad. It was a Datsun Laurel. It was a 2.8 straight six.
All right.
That had a really good life with me until it ran dry of oil one day and then it just stopped. So that went.
Is this before you knew that you had to put oil in cars?
Do you know what happened? It's not even that. When we went to check, the warning light sensor had been taken off. Brilliant. And that was the first car. The second car was, what did I have next? I think it was a Lotus Carlton.
What, as your second car?
Yeah. So it was a Lotus Carlton.
Awesome.
And then back then, you buy them. They weren't. It was in that time, mid '90s. They weren't worth a lot of money.
Right.
And I got this one very, very cleverly, unbeknown to me as well. It had a problem with it, and all that happened was there's a screw on near one of the boost pipes, and every time you put your foot down, it
Right. Okay.
just put a screw in, and it was sorted. I swapped that for. I'm trying to go back in history now. I had a G. What did I swap that for? My Mercedes. Before that was a Mercedes Evolution.
Right.
So the 2.5 16 valve 190e had that.
That's what I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had one of those, and literally with a dogleg gearbox and everything. That one. It was just swaps back then.
Yeah.
There was no money.
So that was the Mercedes was your second car.
Was my second car.
Carlton was your third car.
Yeah, and then I swapped the Carlton. Again, I found a guy that had a Porsche 911. Young guys all like us. We didn't have no money.
Shit.
And we literally just, I swapped it for that. Blew that up on the way down to London. Again, oil.
You thought you would have learned.
The thing is, the cars are there to warn you. And when
Yeah.
and I took it down to my mechanic, and he goes, give it a rev. And I give it a rev. He goes, your bottom end's gone. I went, what do you mean? He goes, listen to that. I said, well, I can't afford to fix it. What have you got? Gave that to him, and he gave me. That's when my cards went downhill after
So
that.
this is a Porsche. You got it going. What
I
did you
swapped it for a GTI, Golf GTI with a 2-litre implant engine. It was absolutely gorgeous. Had a
Yeah.
lovely kit on it, but it wasn't the same. And then I sold that on the go.
Is this
back.
why you don't particularly like Porsches then?
No, it's not that. Porsches, don't get me wrong. I love Porsche. I've got a friend of mine, and he has nothing but Porsches. When I say nothing but Porsches, he's probably got about 7 of them now.
Right.
He's got a 918. Do you know the 918?
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
got one of those. Again, we've built those. We've got 918. He's got a 911 track car. He just bought a GT3 RS. He's got 2 of those.
Yeah. One of our guests has got one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
he loves them. I love them, but it's not something that's even the hypercar he's got, which is the 918. You know, we build those. We see them all the time. Even when you see them at shows, you just. I don't know if you've been to Supercar Fest or you know.
Not yet. No. We need to start smashing these. I think.
You need to get down next year. It's an awesome show. That when you see that against your Bugattis and you know all your hypercars and supercars, they don't stand out one bit. Sorry to say, Porsche lovers. I mean, don't get me wrong. Porsche's engineering 100%. I love them. You know the body lines and everything. You can't fault them, but. It's just not me. You know, the design hasn't really changed in
Hasn't
many
changed
years.
at all,
No.
has it
But
really? It got a bit dumpier, but it's still got the same DNA.
And if it's not broken, don't fix it. You know,
Yeah.
it is a gorgeous looking motor. I mean, I love them,
Yeah.
but it's just not for me.
Yeah, that's
You
each
know?
to their own, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously, going back to the Lotus Carlton, that is an impressive car to have.
Yeah.
How old were you when you had that? Because that was like a 200-mile-an-hour car, wasn't it?
Not quite.
Was it not?
No, I think that was only. I think it was a. How dare you say that's 200 miles an hour? I think it was only 170.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
I always thought it was the first saloon product.
It was
like,
free. The stats I didn't know 100% because at that age I just like to look at a car. If
Yeah,
I
they were
like
stunning,
it,
yeah.
same with half these cars I've got now, especially the supercars. I always say I can't drive at full potential. I'm not a race driver.
Yeah.
Even if it had a 2-litre turbo in the back, I couldn't give a shit. If it looks nice,
I'm exactly the same as that.
I
I'm
would
not
buy
really
it.
into speed. I
No.
just like the look and sound of stuff.
yeah. So
you know.
that's the thing. I bought it because I liked it. I just saw it and I thought, you know what, that's something. I gave the guy a shout and he goes, "Yeah, what you got?" And we just done a straight swap. We just met up and then that was it.
That's so cool.
My Mercedes had the back seats taken out. I was really heavily into sound.
Yeah.
So that I sent you another picture as well. It's
With
a really
with the
weird one.
boombox,
You saw this-
yeah.
So that was built into the back of my Mercedes. So I used to literally I had 4 18-inch subwoofers in the back.
Were you one of those ones that had the cars that they turn on the stereo and everybody vibrates
Sorry.
around them? Was it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
I was into sound before anything else, so that was my main thing, to get a car with back seats in it so I could take the back seat sound, put the speaker on. And then it became more technology went up, so you didn't have to have big speakers. Then we got more into performance, and then more into, you know, as you progress in life, like now I can afford that, I want to get this and that. But yeah, just progressed, and here I am now.
Yeah. So,
but-
all right, we'll jump back into it. So you went Mercedes, Lotus Carlton. After the Carlton, you swapped it for a
swapped
Porsche.
the Porsche, blew that up. Then it was GTI,
GTI.
and then it just went rapidly downhill. I think it was a Ford Combi. Yeah, just to get to
I
work.
don't even know what that is. Was that a van?
it's sort of, but we had the back seats in it.
Oh, okay.
So it's one with the big long back window. Again, there was just that.
Wow, what happened?
People always say that to me. They see me driving. I sort of call them these shitboxes. I drive these shitboxes for a long time, but in my head, I'm aiming for stuff.
Yeah.
And then they'll see me again and go, Ray, last time I saw you was driving. I've sent you the A3 picture.
Yes.
So that again was totally standard. Put the wheels on it, modified it,
smart,
on it.
Yeah.
It weren't too bad. And straight from that was a Gallardo.
Oh, wow.
So again, friends saw me and go, oh, what happened to the Aldi? But all these times I'm just plotting away.
So do you get bored of cars easy? Or
No. Don't get me wrong. All my cars, my Aldi, I had probably about 7 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got I modify them. If they're reliable, I keep them.
Yeah.
And just do bits and pieces with them. My B class, I probably have that, unless that something drastically goes wrong with it. I know the car inside out. I'll have that for a little while. It costs me nothing. It's mine.
Yeah.
The insurance, the tax is 20 quid. It's a diesel as well. It just it's A to B. It is an AMG line as well, so it's plush.
They look the part, don't they?
Yeah, it looks bollocks. It does the job, and I've got a boot, so it's good for shopping. Don't ask. But that's there's a few other cars in between. I've had a GT 75 GT. Do you remember the Mini Clubman front?
Yeah.
So that's back in the day as well. I had another Mini that was 1,000. All these things just sat outside my house. Didn't even have a license, couldn't even drive them, so I just bought them because I thought, one day we'll do that up.
Yeah.
As you do. Cortina, had a Cortina.
Which one?
The 2-litre gear.
Okay, what, Mark 3, Mark 2?
It might have been a Mark 2, I think.
Oh, okay.
Again, rust bucket, the engine run, and when it run, it tends to burn oil as well as fuel, so that was brilliant.
We know what you're like with oil.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And that was it. It was literally... I've never got to drive these cars. I literally just sold them to the local people that would just trade them in.
Yeah.
Just sat outside the house, we'd sit in there, play music, killing the battery, and then charging the battery again. It's one of those things with your kids. It's a place where you can chill out in the car, pretend you knew.
Yeah, I used to do this.
Pretend to drive
Pretend
the car.
to drive it, yeah.
Yeah, with the gears and all that sort of stuff. It was just brilliant. That was that. But yeah, now just trying to get my head around. That's going to go next year. The McLaren is going to go next year. I'm going to develop, like I said, a GT wing for it. They don't do one for it, and just sell the GT wing as a separate thing. And just I don't know what I'll get next.
So why you mentioned that? What do you do as a job?
So I and a big large team. We build hypercars, Le Mans cars, Formula One parts. So basically, we're composite technicians.
Right,
so
okay.
everything to do with carbon fibre, all that sort of stuff, we handcraft it.
Do
So
you?
we make it with our hands. So we get we're amongst some very expensive rides.
Yeah.
So again, I'm into cars, so it's
Dream job,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
good.
Yeah.
It's good.
And is that what you've always done?
No, before that, I was in aerospace. So for 17 and a half years, I'd done aerospace. So it's all plane parts, a lot of military stuff.
Okay.
And then I got straight into that, had the experience with that, and then went straight into motorsport.
Yeah.
And that's more me.
Yeah.
So I'll never have a plane.
What's your favourite thing to build during your job? Because obviously the McLaren's got a carbon fibre tub, hasn't it?
Yeah, so it's got, at the moment, we're building the Valkyrie. Do you know the Valkyrie?
Yeah,
so we're doing the Le Mans version of that.
Wow.
So we're doing the chassis on site. We've got the whole entire body with us as well. So you've got all your front splitters, rear wings, clams, you name it. We do the whole thing.
Yeah.
So now and again they'll put the car together. We don't. We just do the components. So they'll go somewhere else and get put together. But the company I work for at the moment, Multimatic, they're contracted to build the car. Last year, they took us down to Silverstone, where Aston Martin hired out the whole track for 3 days, and we got to watch the LMH go around the track. It was absolutely nuts.
Really?
It sounded the bollocks.
Yeah,
it really did. And then we got invited, my spec got invited down to Le Mans in France, North France.
Really?
Wow.
And it was a debut for that car going around.
Was it?
Yeah, and we watched that go around.
Yeah.
It sounded the bollocks, but it was a V12, but it was crap. I think they, from what happened, I got told they turned it down so it would do the 24 hours, and it was just getting left.
That's a shame.
It is a shame,
Yeah.
but it sounded so lovely.
Yeah.
Again, that was a good experience.
So what do they do? Do they give you like the design and you have to go away and make the
So
parts?
basically, imagine a Kia.
Yeah.
It's nothing like that. So, so basically, you got yourself your drawing, and you get given a kit. So, so say IKEA, and you got like your bottom, your sides, but we are handcrafting it into a mold. So you got a mold. Easy way to say, you got your bathtub.
Yeah.
And I get given a kit to make that basically fit in there.
Uh-huh.
So we handcraft it in. So it's nothing. You don't just slap it down. You know, we have to work that in. And then where your bum sits in there, you might have an extra few layers to make sure. So this is the sort of thing. It's like the engineers do all their bit, and then we basically build the components.
Mm-hmm.
So the skill lies in making sure that those parts come out as they should.
Yeah.
So you might have corners. It's hard to explain to yourselves, but you might have corners or certain radiuses and stuff. They have to come out solid.
Yeah,
that's where the skill.
yeah.
That's where the skill lies. You know, it's not like we've been doing it for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, this is what we do basically. We handcraft every single part. It's all handmade, so you can never mass produce it. So some parts might take you a week. Some parts might take you a few hours. So
Right.
a chassis at the moment, I've been on maybe a couple of weeks, and that's pretty quick. But that's running through, like, you've got a team coming in through the weekend, through the week, just to get these parts done.
Is it really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Oh,
yeah.
right, okay.
So it is, you know, you might see the finished product on the cars and think, oh yeah, it's just carbon fibre or whatever. A lot of work goes into
Yeah.
it. But yeah.
Wow. Oh, I'm impressed.
Yeah, perfect.
Right, so I don't think we finished asking the questions about your cars, your car history. So we got, where do we get to?
Audi and Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
so the Lamborghini Huracan, it was a Huracan we had, wasn't it?
No, it was a Gallardo.
Gallardo.
I'm going to say Gallardo because we're English. I don't know why. Where's the I in Gallardo? So yeah, that was, I had that for about 2.5 years.
What was the process of getting that one?
So that one,
Is it like you're looking through?
I wanted that.
Right.
That's a car,
Was that your poster car then?
more or less. And I first saw that in, do you remember N-Dubs?
Yes.
Right. So they had, I think it was, I can't remember what tune they had, but it was on a roof. It was a white one with the black roof and the black rear clam had been just black. I said, that car's absolutely gorgeous. And I said, I wish I knew I was going to get it. And I didn't have no means, no ways. I was in a crap job, crap money. And I said, I'll get one of those one day. So make sure, you know, as you progress in life and everything. And I said, I can actually afford one of those now. So I literally went out and the first one I saw, went to Supercar Rooms, which is in Worcester. And I told him I'm coming up, and it's funny. It's a funny story. You better laugh. So
No pressure.
It's not really funny. It's horrible actually. So me and my missus, we turned up there in an old B class, a really crappy rundown car. We spent about 2 hours getting there, and he knew we were coming, so he had it. We had shitloads of supercars in a wicked place to be, and the car was sat there with a cover on it. So he revealed it, and as he's revealed it, he's pulled over. It's a lovely black one, drop top. And it had the carbon fibre, ceramic brakes on there. And I looked at it and I went, this is lovely. And then I just looked around and I caught the guy just giving me the eye up and down, thinking, like, you know, they pull up in a B class, he's wasting my time.
Yeah.
They did tell me before I got there, if it rains, we can't do any test drives. And I said, that's absolutely fine. I'm not here to waste your time. And I was asking all the right questions. What's the service? What goes wrong? And how fast does it go? It's a 0 to 60.
Yeah.
Can I rev it? Do you know, all that sort of stuff? And I think he clocked then, and it was raining outside at the time. And he said, do you want to go out in it? I said, I've just travelled over 2 hours to get here. I said, of course I do. So he took me out in it. I mean, this is like a dream come true. You know, I'm sat in the first time I've ever sat in one as well. I knew nothing about it. And he took me up the road, and it wasn't even half a mile. And he goes, right, your turn. I was like, fuck, what do you mean my turn? And he goes, get in it, you'll be fine. I was like, I haven't even bought a car yet, and you know, I've never been in a car this powerful before.
Yeah.
And he goes, right, tell me a couple of things. That was it. I was out on the road, and I was driving it, and he was going, right, so yeah, you're absolute natural. He goes, right, you're coming up to a junction, I'll brake, and I'm braking carbon ceramics, not like that one. That's a different technology.
I noticed
That's fine.
Yeah.
You can brake as normal. The Gallardo, you couldn't. So you're braking, and it was cold, and it just wouldn't stop. And I'm driving, I think, fuck, I'm going to write this car off. And it's not even mine. So I'm bright, and all of a sudden you stamp on the brake, and then you get a,
Oh, really?
you have to put the heat in them. And I was thinking, flipping out, like, and then he goes, every time, he told me what to do with those. It's a single clutch system on those. So it's very notchy. As you give it some, it's like someone's kicking you in the back of the head. It's not like a double dual clutch system where it's nice and smooth, which all the later ones have. So you're going through the gears. Every time you stop, put it in neutral because if you don't, it's eating your clutch away.
Oh, right,
I
okay.
didn't know this. So he gave me all these advice and everything. I thought I'd give it a bit of, give it a bit of welly. So I was driving it, put my foot down, I thought, this is fucking, like, this is lovely. So got back and I said to him, I'll have it. And then he like stepped back. What do you mean you'll have it? So well, what's the need? He goes, well, we need to put a clutch in it. We'll put that in for you. So when can I to get the paperwork sorted? And I think that's when his attitude to me changed.
Yeah, I bet, yeah.
I thought, so that took some time as well because there was no clutches in the UK. And it was in Italy. And he said the Italians are so laid back, they haven't even made one, they've got to make you a clutch. So I was like, fuck me, like now, like you're waiting all this time. But it was like getting that car was absolutely, even when I drove it back from the dealership back home, it was a lovely drive back, it's a couple hours. And
so
I was
the
like,
first supercar you ever drove, you bought?
Yeah.
That's
and
really
cool.
cool.
I didn't look anywhere else. The spec was brilliant. A lot of them, because you got lumbar here, and every time you get in and out of the car, you put creases in it. That one was immaculate. And it was just like, it was beautiful.
Wow.
Absolutely. And I remember I surprised my brother as well, because I went up to his workplace and I said, my B-class motor, so my brakes are shit on it. And he'd come out and I went, I done it, man. And he was like, fuck, it's brilliant, man. He goes, meet me at home, and let him have a drive of it. And he absolutely scared the shit out of me. I've never driven it like this. My car, and he got any, mate. But yeah, it was a proper dream come true when I got that. And as soon as I got that, and I thought to myself, nothing that I put my eyes on now is impossible. Yeah. Like when you think to yourself, like, and it's a bit weird, because every time you're looking at all these supercars and stuff, you're looking inside. Now I'm looking out the window, looking at people. And I always got this thing, every time I stop anywhere with the McLaren now, especially if I take it shopping, if I happen to be passing Tesco's or Waitrose, if a kid runs up and so can I take a picture? I said, no. I said, unless you're in it. And I pop the door open and get in.
Brilliant.
Because that was me back in the day. Always.
And you've probably made like a car guy for life now by doing that.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is you can see it's the dad that wants to sit in. I've had a couple of kids come along. It's funny because you do see them and they're like shit, can you sit they don't want to ask, like, I'm here for my child, but always 100%.
Yeah.
End of the day, that's going to make that child's day.
Yeah.
And they'll never forget that. And I always grab the phone and say, drop the door and everything. They're in it, and I'll have to film them in it and all the rest of it. And they love it. But everywhere I go, at petrol stations, you name it, if the car's stopped there and someone's looking, get in it, have a sit.
Brilliant. I love the fact that people do that.
Yeah.
My mum, where my mum lives, she said every morning there used to be this Ferrari driving past the house, and every morning going to school, there was this little kid and he used to wave at the Ferrari. And then a couple of days later, it sort of become like the ongoing thing. So in the end, the guy pulled over, stopped, and was like, said to the mum, and he's like, I'll take him to school if you want. And she was like, really? And it literally made that kid probably, that's something you'll never ever forget. And she was like, look, so as long as you're all right, give out all the details and said, look, this is me, this is like, if you're fine with me doing it, I'll take him to school. And he was like the coolest kid in the school.
Wicked.
Just because he turned up and rocked off in his Ferrari. And I was just like, what a lovely thing to do.
Yeah.
It took nothing for that guy. You know what I mean? It maybe made him 10 minutes late for wherever he was going. But other than that.
And that's the thing as well, because I'm originally from Tottenham. And I don't know why I told you that, but that area, the thing is, I'm not into football, so, but that area, as we were growing up, it was the mid-90s when a lot of the stuff started to happen on the streets. So I'm talking about like drugs and stuff. So it was like really, really bad. But as you're growing up, like you see people with hardly anything. You get the couple guys with half decent beamers, like the E30s and stuff, really nice. It's a selected few down there. And as you grow up, you realise, like, I haven't come from money or anything like that. And don't get me wrong, I still do a 9 to 5 and everything else to go with it. I still got my bills and everything. But like I said, the property game, that's what gets me my cars.
Right, okay.
I do.
So what do you do, buy and sell houses?
No, I just I invest in them.
Right, okay.
So literally, if I did do that, it'd be a totally different ball game sitting outside. That would probably be like a P1 if it was like the more development. But yeah, I knew where I wanted to get. Done my game plan, and then that's when my cars. I love them, sort of thing. And some way I would have made it work. But that's exactly what, how I got into these things. But again, I know these guys walking on the street. I'm no different to you.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I always, even at
You know
shows.
where you come from.
Yeah. I think
Good-
you was
good,
at
yeah.
Nebworth's house, wasn't you?
No.
Is that Barry?
Barry's been there, and so is my brother went there as well. So Tyler might have mentioned it.
Yeah. So again, couple guys walking around, and the parents always ask, and they always, don't get too close to the car. I said,
Get in.
And there was this young guy.
That
there,
is rare
and-
for someone to be like
oh,
that.
mate,
though.
why not?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's.
Obviously, it was the first thing he did when you pulled up today.
Yeah.
Let's see,
I
innit?
don't know if you lot have ever been like. It's something that you.
Chris didn't even know he could get in one.
no.
There you go.
Well, sure.
Top
a TARDIS.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I now certain cars are. We built a car called the EP9. It's a hypercar. It's made by Neo. We built the car, but I never saw it. And we was at F1's. I think it's either 60 or 70 years anniversary at Silverstone this year. And I was looking at cars we built, and I didn't even clock the one next to it. It's the hypercar. Because they're all different colours. Neo means sky or something in Chinese.
Right.
Literally, I started talking to the engineers about it because all that interior there, I built that. And I said, it's not like if or but. I said, we built all 16 of those, and I'd done the interior. I said, do you mind if I have a seat in it? And he goes, wait till later on, come back. He knew I weren't bullshitting him because everything that I saw on the car, I knew exactly where it was and all the parts we built and all that. And lo and behold.
Because I suppose you don't normally get to see the finished product, do you?
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No, especially that goes off to another company they put together. It's the first time I saw one, to the point where I didn't even know it was in front of me. And then I clocked it, and he actually let me sit in. And that's the same way I'm feeling when these young guys sit in the car. But that was nuts. You're like, that smashed the Nürburgring, that car. The electric car is absolute mental piece of work. But to actually sit in it and think,
you helped build this.
Yeah, but the thing is, my ass is on the seat that I actually built. It was brilliant. Yeah, it's good. And this sort of thing I try to repay back to. I said, everyday guy, me. You see me. A lot of people probably think, you're driving one of those sort of cars. You can't. You can. Just come along, and I always give people flashes and all the rest of it as well. Probably their girlfriend doesn't like that.
Okay, right. So we'll jump back in because we still haven't finished that question.
Which one?
The cars you've owned. So one of the cars that you owned, the pictures you sent me, is the BMW i8.
Yes.
Which I love. I think that's a phenomenal looking car.
Right. So that's Liberty Walk.
Right.
So that was Northampton Liberty Walk headquarters in the UK. I went to.
Did you own that then?
Right. So why did you have to mention that? I was going to say I did. Right. I went to buy that. And the reason why I didn't, because the car, that was 90 grand.
Right.
Without anything on there, the car's only worth about 40.
Yeah.
So I went to have a look at it and done all the paperwork and everything. And I pulled out at the last minute because that's a car you'd never be able to resell. Mm-hmm. That's a loss and a half. He took me out in that, and that was 450 brake.
Yeah.
And due to the insurance policies, you couldn't charge it overnight in the unit. So he took me out for a drive, and then the battery got charged, and he goes, I'll show you what it can do. Fucking hell, this thing. And it's a 1.5 engine in the back.
That's right, yeah.
And this thing, absolutely, for the size of it, I mean, that's a carbon tub as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It mustn't weigh a lot, but it's on air, like that was air. The thing was absolutely gorgeous. And that thing actually moved. I think them wheels are 10 grand.
Are they?
For those wheels, they're 10 grand. That's where all the money was going. And I thought to myself, no, but I thought I'll send you that picture.
Yeah.
That potentially, that would have been a dead loss.
Yeah.
That you couldn't resell that unless you're selling it to someone who can appreciate it, and then it wouldn't be worth that money.
Yeah. I went to a guy's house once and he had one, but not the Liberty, what?
Liberty Walk.
Yeah, he didn't have that one. It's just the standard i8. And I was like, what do you think of it? And he was like, I love it. He said, I just love the look of it. He said, it's beautiful. But he said, I know that battery is on its way out.
Right.
And this car's going to now cost me a lot of money. So he kind of bought it knowing that the battery wasn't that good on it, but knowing the fact that, at some point in his history, he's going to have to get that battery changed.
I thought those batteries aren't, if I'm not mistaken, they're individual cells on those. They're not like one big thing you have to change. That's how they're made. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
I could be wrong, but the guy was explaining this to me. So you put a tester on them. If argument's sake 5 cells are gone, you just replace 5 cells.
5 cells.
Yeah,
oh, right,
almost
okay.
like Duracell batteries, the same sort of size, but loads of them.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but timeless cars. Well, that looks the absolute.
It just looks
even now,
beautiful. It hasn't aged a bit, has it?
No, I love the way the doors go up. Interior is absolutely gorgeous in it.
Yeah.
But but they are big cars, and I'm very scared of the bonnets on the front, they're so big that you can't see. You can land a plane on it, you know, like these. But I sat in a AMG GT, so low down, you can't see anything, and I'll be a sucker for. I will take off splitters, I'll curb wheels, and I don't want to have that anxiety when I'm driving a car. You probably get used to it, but even to a Porsche Macan, I went to have a look at one of those, but they've made it's an SUV, but your seating position is as if you're in a sports car, and I said you can't see anything. And he said, yeah, and, and it put me off it straight away because you physically can't see nothing unless your jaw's out of James Bond. You know, you're like that, and you're thinking you're in an SUV. Give me some sort of vision. I want to see where I'm going.
Yeah.
But the guy did explain to me, no, it's that's the way they've done it. It's like you've done that wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So out of all the cars that you've owned up to this point, what's the one that you regret getting rid of?
Regret getting rid of? Oh, Gallardo. I'd have the Gallardo back because back even so that might I'll probably say that, but both because that one is not it's only what 520 brake.
That's a proper head turner though, isn't it? That car.
That was sexy as hell. You know, if I was into cars in that way, I'd probably that'd be the one I would go out with. But it was absolutely, and the reason why I would go back for that is, I would, in the future, I'd love to get, I had the Mark II, I'd love to get the Mark III, it's a bit more powerful, a bit more refined, double clutch on there as well, but to modify it. It's like, as I bought that car, I couldn't afford to do nothing to it.
Yeah.
So I would love to put it on bags.
Yeah.
You know, a proper show car, because I'd never drive it like it would be. Because like I said, they're quick, but then they're nothing to write home about. You know, compared to that outside, that one, the twin turbos, you put your foot down on that, and mate, that's a different kettle. That handles like a good car handles.
Right. Okay. So where did the love for cars come from?
Right. So even when I was in school, I would say age-wise, it would have been from about 12 years old onwards, and I think probably James Bond. You know, Esprit.
Yeah.
You know, things like that, because that was the first wedge-shaped car of its time, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Lotus put a disclaimer on that. And they were trying to sue everyone after that.
Really?
But don't quote me on that. This is what I've heard.
As in for the shape?
Of the shape, because most supercars now are exactly...
and hypercars, especially the Lamborghini, actually, thinking about it. Yeah,
it's exactly the same. But again, that's the aero you're using. So it's going to be... You're not going to build a greenhouse sort of super... mind you, Cybertruck, don't get me started. But yeah, it came from, again, your pin-ups, your Testarosas, your Countachs.
Yeah.
And there was always a flat-nosed Porsche. There was always those three.
There was, yeah.
And that as soon as you saw that, like, there was like, bloody hell, like these are... When you see them down the street, like, you'd run and you follow them until you couldn't see them anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and that's... But I would have said, first time posters before you even saw the cars in real life. You never see them.
Yeah.
You know, people never took them out. The technology was rubbish on them because the clutch probably wouldn't even last for a couple thousand miles if you're lucky.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I suppose you didn't used to see your poster cars, did you, really?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
So, exactly.
Obviously, there wasn't car shows like there are nowadays, is it? You know?
People can't afford to even have those sort of cars. You get celebrities. A couple guys around the corner from me, they used to have their own businesses like butchers and stuff, and he had like the first, you remember the Magnum PI?
Yeah.
He had one of those. You had the Lotus XL, I think it was, or something. It looked very similar to the Esprit, but the back looked like it had junk in the trunk sort of thing.
Yeah.
But there was all that sort of stuff. We had replicas around our areas, which people put the so-called Lamborghini Countach kit on a Beetle.
How long does that look? I remember those.
It was just
the lines down the side.
Leading
up to the arches.
Yeah. Oh, mate, there was loads of stuff like that. But that's where my love first come from. And my dad was always into cars, or he was a wannabe sort of mechanic.
Okay.
So back then, you'd never take your car to a garage to get it fixed.
But the thing is, you could work on them back then.
Of course you can. Everything was
basic,
metal,
wasn't it?
and you know, you just get it done until it turned into a rust bucket. It'll go straight. You wouldn't go to. My dad only went once to a dealership to buy a car. The rest of them were always off mates.
Yeah. It used to be like £500 throwaway cars that used to just, once if it blew up, you'd get another one.
Yeah. Or
they used to rust out before they would blow up.
That's exactly what used to happen.
9 times out of 10.
Solid steel. You go through a brick wall and that, you guarantee you're going through the sitting room as well.
Okay, so you did say that you might get rid of the McLaren next year. What's on the cards for getting
I
next?
would have loved to, only because I've got the wheels. It sounds like a stupid thing to do. Those wheels are custom, and the studding pattern and the offset will be the same.
But they've got your brand on the wheels as well.
That's right. So, but no one knows that sort of thing. So if I happen to take them off and resell them, people just buy them for the style.
Yeah.
But I would like to get a 720S, but I'm just I've got a guy that looks after that. Really good technician. He steers me away from certain cars. There was the latest one I really liked, the hybrid. He also said stay away from that. And plus, it's not a V8, it's a V6.
Yeah.
That put me off straight away. But the car, for me, it looks absolutely awesome. It's very tiny. It's a little baby, McLaren.
Yeah.
But he just said stay away from it. But I would like a 720.
Okay. I think that's what Tristan bought, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm sure one of our guests. I'm sure that was a toss up between that and something else, but I'm sure that's the one he went for in the end.
They put that on the track standard against the McLaren F1, and I think the time was about half a second to a second.
Was it?
Look at the technology.
Yeah.
One of them's worth well over $1 million. The other one you could pick up for about 150 grand.
Yeah, that's insane, isn't it? Really,
it's silly.
Yeah.
It's silly for having that power on the road. Like I said, it's more powerful than the one outside, and that moves. You lose your license just like that.
Yeah, which obviously leads me on to the next question. Have you had any points?
Right. So when I had my...
It sounds like a story, yeah.
Yeah, it is a story. Trying to make it sound like it wasn't my fault, but it was. With the Evolution, when I first started, this is how much I love my cars. When I had the Lotus Carlton, the Evolution, all the way up to, I think it was Daihatsu, I never had a license.
Really?
No, I always used to have a provisional, hence why I could afford the insurance.
Right.
So I always had my friend sit next to me. So we was on Christmas, that's one way of affording these cars as well. So basically I was on the way down from Cambridge to London. I used to go down there a lot. And I was on M11. I didn't know a learner driver wasn't allowed to be on the motorway. I got caught speeding.
They are now.
Really?
Yeah.
On the M? Really?
Yeah, my boys are learning to drive, and they often go up and down the motorway.
M, not an A road or a B road.
Up the M1. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
100%. Yeah. I was shocked as well. I was like, are you allowed to be going on there? It's like, well, the driving instructors took us up there. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I got caught.
One of them actually one of them, he's just Google it. One of them actually prefers going on the motorway than he does on the A roads.
It's probably more safer.
Probably.
Yeah. I got caught speeding. I come off 100, I think it was 120. He caught me at 102. Absolutely shit myself because he was in a Range Rover and he'd gone into the ditch and he obviously had a camera. And just as we were going down, I just saw the lights come up and the Range Rover would come up and I thought, like...
So you was doing 120?
He caught me at 102. So, and at this time, imagine I've got two other friends in the car and I didn't have a license. But it's not, my mate was beside me. It's only when they gave me the producer I realised, you're not meant to be on it because you have all these boxes you tick. And one of them was no L plates. Which was funny because, I then went to court and I thought to myself, well, I was over 100 miles an hour. I thought, I've lost my license.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, this is many years ago. And I went to court and I got 6 points. And I thought, I didn't lose my license. Because I needed it to go to work.
Oh, they're a bit lenient with you.
So, yeah, and a couple of people dependent on me.
Yeah.
So that was that. So I was trying to sell
that old chestnut.
Yeah, innit? Well, that sort of worked. And so I got 6 points. And then I got rid of that and I got the Lotus Carlton. Now, the Lotus Carlton was the thing that got me more points, not through speeding. Due to I was very young at the time, a police officer watched me fill up in a petrol station and followed me out.
Really?
Stopped me. My mate was beside me, so I was coming on from work. Stopped me and literally give me a producer. On the producer, no L plates. That's 3 points. Happened then. I went down to London. Same thing happened the same weekend.
Was this like a vanity thing? You didn't want to put L plates on because
My excuse was people thought I was taking the piss having a car like that with L plates, so I
would
used to
have
pull
thought
them off.
yeah.
But I just never used to have them on there. And that was just to the brink of it. And then I got caught driving my GTI, and that was the thing that lost my license. Again, not speeding, no L plates.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they after that I got my license, and the feeling was brilliant. Yeah. But then soon you've got no one sitting next to you, your insurance goes through the roof.
Okay.
Yeah, because now you're a liability on your own. You've got no one beside you telling you what to do.
But that's probably why you end up with shittier cars after that, I suppose, is it?
Yeah, well, not even that. It's just like after the credit sort of run out, and then everything just went down, and it's like I think to myself, there's nothing I'd really, really want.
So when you've actually got your license, is that when you had the Porsche, or was that before?
I didn't have a license for Porsche.
There's no way.
There's no way I could afford to.
These are
to
the best cars without having a license ever.
Yeah, and that's what cost me my license was the fact that it was such a young person in a car like that.
Yeah.
So I've got, my miss says it as well, I've got really expensive taste. If I see something, I don't look at the price, I look at the style and think, I want that.
Yeah.
And then you look at the price, you think, fuck, now I have to get that.
The Lotus Carlton back in the day, I don't know whether it was set in stone, but the Lotus Carlton before you bought one, you used to have to go on an intense driving course.
Oh, not with this.
Because they were just so fast.
Yeah,
and you're running around without even a license.
Yeah, they were literally, again, back then the fuel was cheaper. The insurance was, I think even for the Evolution, that was only 1,200 quid a year.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's still quite a lot of money back then, I suppose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It sort of works with the economy we're in now. So the equivalent, like that outside, you'll vomit if I told you how much it cost. That
I'm intrigued now. Is this like
right? It's brilliant.
Is it?
So my Mercedes, the M2, and that alone it's about 400 odd quid.
Is it really?
Yeah. The Gallardo was not far off that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because you don't drive them all year.
Okay. You're on limited miles.
You could do limited miles, but on top of that, it's got 2 trackers on it, so they're never going to lose it.
Yeah.
It's underground car parking. What else? Again, there is limited mileage on there, but they're literally they don't cost hardly anything. The other cars, the M2, basically all 3 of them cost me about 1,300 quid.
Does it?
Yeah, about 1,300 quid.
That's brilliant.
A year.
When I had my truck, I had like an old, what was that truck I had? Yeah, Ford Ranger, but it was like a 2002, I think it was. It's cool. It was, but I modified it.
Okay.
And because it's classed as a commercial vehicle, there was two companies in the UK that would insure commercial vehicles that had been modified. So this had been lowered, bigger wheels, seats. It was just slightly different. But so that basically they could say whatever they wanted to because I had to pay. I had a choice of 2 basically, and I think one of them was £1,500, which I thought was an absolute piss take. Bearing in mind, for insurance, £1,500, and then I think I got it down to something like £800. I think was my next option, but that was like real limited miles, and did I? No, I did declare everything because that's where I went wrong. Everyone was just saying, "Don't say you've done anything to it," and I was like, "If you have a crash,
they'll just say
you can't talk your way out of like bumpers that are changed and paint that's been changed."
Someone just put their wheels on that.
Yeah. So exactly. I did it the right way.
Yeah.
Probably not the right way for my bank account, but it was stupid. It's like, but then after I had that for a year, I think the second year it went down about 200-300 quid, I think. But it's still a lot of money for an old truck, basically.
Yeah. Most modifications I haven't really
declared.
No.
Yeah. So
no.
I tend to.
That's the right thing to do, to be honest. You know, if you're going to lose out, especially if you like a truck can potentially do some damage.
The only one I didn't was, and I still don't think I did anything wrong. Is when I had my Mercedes E190. Mine was a sports line, so it was basically, it looked like a Cosworth. It was factory kit. So it had everything that the Cosworth had, but it didn't have the engine. It had a 2.2 engine in it. It had the big wheels. It was lowered. It was a stunning looking car. Somebody drove into the front of it while my missus was driving, and obviously the person that drove into it was like, it was me. It was my fault. You know, everything's fine. my insurance company went to look at the car and was like, you haven't declared that this is what, like the body kit and the wheels. And I was
factory.
like, I played a little bit dumb and I was like, I don't know anything about cars. I bought that car. It's got Mercedes wheels on it. It's got Mercedes all the way around it. As far as I'm concerned, that's come
Mercedes.
off the, and it did come off the thingy with it. And they were like, we can't find this sports line. It doesn't seem to link up anywhere. But in the end, they did find it. So,
you're lucky.
But I think if it was the other way around and we drove into someone, they wouldn't have paid out.
Of course.
They would have found any excuse not to pay out. So, yeah, it was a bit like, whew.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah.
But that's the first thing I'd have to do with those because the wheels for that, the original, they're very lightweight wheels. They're in storage.
Oh, are they?
I'd rather curb the shit out of those than the originals, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, hate curbing.
Yes, your soul literally goes from your body, doesn't
When
it?
you hit, in my Mercedes, I'd done not too long ago, and when I'd done it, I never spoke till I got home, and she was beside me, and she knew. And she's just
You've done it again, haven't you?
She's just happy that it wasn't her. That's the thing, you know. I said, "They're my wheels. I paid for them. I can do what the hell I want from you. Do it." Different story.
Yeah, I did it in the BMW. I've done it like 3 times on the same wheel, haven't I? He come up to me. He's like, "You done your wheels again?" I'm like, "Yeah," because I painted them. I wanted them the same colour as yours, like bronze.
Yeah.
But I painted them like a gold colour. The first colour I painted them, they were fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, it was horrible. But when I looked at the can, I was like, yeah, look all right. And I sprayed them on and they looked all right. And then I stood back, I was like, oh,
no, what's going on?
So I quickly rushed to Halfords and bought this can of gold spray that was the closest I could get to the bronze. And I just come home and I think I'd masked them up, keyed them up, sprayed them up in about 20 minutes because it was about to get dark and rain. And it was literally going to rain for about a week afterwards. And I was like, I cannot drive around with them wheels that colour. I was like, I'd rather just walk to work.
Yeah, that's the thing. They can make or break a vehicle.
Yeah.
And that even that colour on there at the moment, I looked at it and I've seen colour codes like that. I went to a car show and there was a 765 parked beside me and he had exactly the same rims. And I said, that car makes my car look so dull.
Yeah.
I want those wheels. He paid $8,000 for those. But the guys that done my wheels for me, West Forged, brilliant company. They've done everything, done all the spec and everything you see there. Done me a really good price, and that transferring that car so much.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Much better.
The first thing I spotted was the
Yeah,
wheels.
much better. I couldn't drive. I'm into customization, so anything that comes off factory, it's getting changed.
Yeah. I always, and this is like an ongoing joke with us as well, I buy my cars off because of the wheels, and it's caused me no end of trouble. Yeah, it's
They
like
look good set by the road, don't they?
Yeah, the wheels. The wheels are always nice, but the car's always a bag of shit. So yeah. Right, let's have a look. So have you got any points? You've done that one. Your first car, we've done that. So let's go with, if you was to win the lottery, and you could only pick 5 cars, what would your 5 cars be?
5 cars, daily, and if it won't cost me fuel as nothing, it would probably be a Urus or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't put that in my answer before because that would definitely Urus Performante. Every day, get all your mates and then all the rest of them family. And hypercar wise would be the Koenigsegg.
Yep. Beautiful looking. Yeah.
Yep. I don't even know. Is it a Jesco? So there's 2 of those. One which is the 2-seater and one which is the family car.
Right.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I do, yeah.
Right, so it'll be those 2, so that's 3 already off the list. And then not really into my Rolls Royces. Not thing.
I don't think anyone's ever picked one.
I don't think anyone's picked a Rolls Royce. I did see one this morning actually, and it was like a 2-door, almost like a Bentley Continental, but it was a Rolls Royce. It was nice, striking.
Yeah. Another 2, probably. Would I be allowed to make my own?
You can do whatever you want. It's your money.
I mean, literally, I would design my own.
Would you? Like your Homer Simpson style? Do you remember that?
Oh no!
I'll put a picture of
it
you.
couldn't be good.
Yeah.
But I would literally do. I've got so many sketches and designs that I do being in the industry. And that would be my dream, either retirement or if money comes my way, that's what I would do.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people have concepts, but they never put them on. They do as concepts, but I'll put something on the road that works.
Okay.
But it looks the absolute.
Have you got like a name in mind? Have you already called it something?
Before it was my spec, it was always our spec. So it's my specs, so race specs. So it'd be R spec cars, whatever.
Okay.
So it would be that. But yeah, that's what, 4 down now, and then one more. I don't know. An everyday car. I'll just say the W1.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're definitely into your sports.
Yeah, these are the
your
sort of things.
hypercars.
Yeah, and then a more sensible one would be the Urus.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
That's beautiful as well, though. Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
So your car that you designed, obviously don't give it away or show us a picture of it, but what would you say it most looks like?
It literally is my own thing.
Is it?
Yeah. You can look at.
You wouldn't be able to sort of say it looks like a Ferrari F50.
No,
with
so I love Le
different-
Mans cars, all those sort of cars. They're brilliant. They're proper race cars. It'll be something that you sat in my one today. That sort of height.
Yeah.
Loads of room, but the external would be looking absolute. It looked like something that you couldn't drive,
Okay.
but nothing that looks crap. So just a concept car. But
Do you
can
watch
actually drive.
YouTube a lot?
I'm on there.
There's a guy on there, and I would say this is something you maybe want to look at, but he's called Cyber Hooligan. We talked about him on the podcast the other week.
Yes. Yeah.
He basically designed the Tesla Roadster, and he literally just had an idea in his head, and basically had a pot of filler, and just went to town on. It's just that car is just full of filler, but it looks stunning.
Is that not the actual Tesla Roadster? Because they've got one.
They've always talked about it, but it's never really come out. Has
No,
it?
I think like a lot of people do say Elon Musk does talk a lot of beep.
Well, there is that, yeah. But because I think he just had this thought in his head, and he basically bought a Model 3, I think it was.
And just sculpted something.
Sculpted it himself,
oh,
and that through the process, that thing changed like 20 times.
Yeah.
And sometimes he'd do a whole episode where he's designed the back, and then 2 episodes later he's completely changed it because he's had another idea.
Yeah,
and you just think, fair play to him for one, for obviously throwing himself at it, and 2, fair play to him because that thing's stunning. It really is nice looking car, other than the fact it's electric.
Yeah.
Yeah, which brings me on to my next question.
Right.
Would you buy an electric car?
Do you know what? And it's one of those things. I've only ever driven a i3. Got in it. It's just weird. I don't know if you've been in an electric car.
I have, yeah.
It's just just weird. But and again, if it's something that looked the bollocks, I couldn't care what's underneath the bonnet.
Yeah. So the i8 is a hybrid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's technically an electric. I think that's about as much as an electric I'd want to go.
Yeah, because you are actually using the engine to run the car, where the i3 you don't. That is just an engine put in there to charge the batteries.
Is that what it does?
Yeah, it's called
so
a
the
range
i8
extender.
doesn't do that then?
i8 actually runs because, do you remember when I went out in that i8, the Liberty Walk one, the electric was totally dead. We ran off the engine. Between that and that was 450 brake. And as we were driving, it started charging.
I always thought it was the electric that made it fast.
The torque, probably. But
right.
I'm not sure. It takes up the in-between, like the buffer area that the motor does, doesn't it? So
because it's just instant power.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
So that's when he put his foot down. He said, "Oh, you can see we've got charge now. I'll show you what thing can do." And then I was like, "This is bloody brilliant." But I don't know if me and a friend, we were going to design one for the city. So something that does short ranges but looks to bollocks.
Yeah.
And it was going to be based off the smart car, the coupe.
Yeah.
So not the big.
Yeah.
Nice
they were cool little cars actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate, that was going to be one of my donors for my project, but the wheelbase was too small.
Yeah.
And then the next one was the Elise, probably is too small. But yeah.
So you seriously thought about it then?
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I don't muck about. Yeah, no. If I say because the industry I've been, I know how to do. I've got a team around me. If I ever want to do production and scanning and everything, I can. Yeah, that's how we're getting the rear wing made.
Right.
That's going to be all my design. When we get it done, I'll let you have a look.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it'll
love
be
that.
a proper GT wing.
Yeah.
But yeah, all designs. Yeah, all designs and the processes. I said we've been doing this stuff for years, so it's as easy as
easy
probably,
for you. Yeah. Easy when you know how.
We know the process, but if the car looked the part, I would definitely I would get an electric.
Okay, fair enough.
And the only thing that probably stopped me getting one now is probably all the Teslas in my eyes they're all fucking ugly.
Yeah, they are. I think when they first come out, I think they had something about it, and I think it's just become uglier and uglier and uglier as the new ones come out.
And do you know why? Because they're doing air roll at the front, and we're used to something that looks aggressive. Where's the intakes? Put them on there. Even if you blank them off or something, you need some sort of. The car's got no character.
Yeah.
You know, I was at the show. Where was that? I think it might have been Le Mans or Silverstone, and there was a Cybertruck. The first time I've ever seen one. And I was filming it, and I deliberately said it so loud so everyone can hear. I said, "How fucking ugly is this thing?" And I looked around, no biters. How fucking ugly is this thing? Why would you buy this? And then no one bit.
Yeah.
But I was like, it was the first time I saw, and I was like, people are all around it, and I was thinking it's like a greenhouse with wheels.
It's different, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely it's like from an 80s. Like sci-fi movie, isn't it? Basically, that's all it is.
It is, and I don't know. All the influencers seem to like Yanamai's has got one enough. I don't know. It's to me, there's no design in that whatsoever.
No.
You know, I don't know who or how they designed that and thought we'll sell that. You know, and they sell them. But that Roadster I was talking about, that's gorgeous. The one that they've.
I've seen pictures of what it's going to look like, but I've never.
But they've actually. I don't know if it's that Jay Leonard.
Yeah.
He was in one, and they took him down this, I think it was a bridge of all these lights, and at the end of it, he said, "I'll have one."
Oh, really?
So I don't know if the car exists, because the specs are, I think it's 1.9 seconds to...
It's insane how fast it is.
Silly quick, and it's meant to have the longest range, which I don't know how they can do that with so much performance.
Yeah.
So they were saying Elon is lying out of his arse with...
Well,
again,
yeah, he's a clever man. I'll give him that.
Yeah, 100%.
Very, very
100%.
clever man.
But yeah, that I would buy if I could afford it. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good.
Have you seen the Renault 5 electric one? That's a cool looking car.
Yeah, again, like we've got Renault up the road from us, and they've got a couple of them out there. When you first, again, after we start seeing them on the road a lot, it was like the novelty wore off.
Yeah.
But again, if they made a performance model, all the retro guys will jump on that.
I think they will. I think that's maybe the one that makes electric cars cool, because and they're not really a lot of money in comparison.
No, exactly. And the generation's still alive that. Imagine they had made like a Mexico or something like that. A Capri. Well, they've already done a Capri. It looks nothing like
it's horrible. I see one of them yesterday for the first time, and I've not been a fan from the moment they brought it out and said what it is going to be and the look of it. I just don't agree with it. And I see it, and I was just like, it brings nothing to it.
No,
absolutely nothing. No. It's hot. Like, no, they shouldn't have put the name on it. They should have just called it something else.
Something else.
And two, it's not nothing. It's nothing special. Really.
No. I think like the nearest they've got, like you said, is probably the Renault 5.
Yeah.
And that if they done something with that, I think a lot of companies now. There's the guys I know that I got my tire wall stickers off. He's got a Tesla. And he's modified. He's got skirts on it. It's on air and everything. So it looks half decent. Mm-hmm. If people start to do something with them, that might appeal to the younger market.
But it's been said on air a few times that they're basically just white goods.
Right,
you buy it, and then once it's gone, you dispose of it, basically. And that's the way that I think a lot
no one's going to fall in love with them.
No, and most of them are company cars as well, aren't they?
They are. It's the incentive of getting tax relief and all the rest of it.
Which has all changed now as well, hasn't it? Really?
Yes. Let's not touch on that. Yeah, that's absolutely. Again, like all of my mates at work, they're suffering with that particular thing as well, even the hybrids.
Yeah.
But
they're doing per mile, aren't they?
3p per mile.
Yeah. Which you look at the likes of, he's not here, so he can't say it. He does 1,000 miles a week, which that's gonna cripple some people.
But the thing is, all the new EV cars, you can't hide from that because it's built in.
Yeah, they track you, don't they?
Yeah, of course, it's like an update on your phone.
But I was watching a video, and they were saying that they want you to say in advance what you're going to do. It's bizarre. So say like Barry does 1,000 miles a week, he's going to have to turn around and tell them he's going to basically...
And then they'll average it or whatever.
Average it, and then at the end of it, if he does less, then they'll obviously give him a bit of a rebate. But
that's nice of them, isn't it?
Yeah. If they're going to... Yeah, you're never going to see that, are you?
Nah, without a doubt. They'll just put it into your next month's bloody... No, I don't get it. I don't understand it one bit.
Right, so we'll move on to the next question. Movie cars. So movie or TV car... What would you pick?
In my era, it would have to be Michael. There are two men coming from the right. Why would you tell me that, kid?
That is Knight Rider, isn't it? Yeah,
Knight Rider was the one.
They're talking about doing that again, aren't they?
they've done one already.
No,
since.
they've done it
did
with
one, the Mustang.
Was it
With the
serious?
Mustang.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
2000 or something.
Yeah, that's it. I love that.
Yeah, see, that's the shape Mustang that I might be looking at.
Get
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my Arnie. Do it now.
We've all got an Arnie in there somewhere. But yeah, no, so they're on about doing a movie, I think, or another TV show.
That's gone.
But like one of the first thing in the comments is what car they're going to use, because if they use the wrong car, this is going to fail.
See, do you know back in the day when the original kit, so it had that slopey front, it was a Pontiac, right?
Yeah.
And then they went to the muscle. I don't know would they use a hypercar or something?
I'd think they use electric.
Of course they would. It sounded electric anyway.
Well,
That's what was it? That was an electric
It was
car.
electric, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but it sounded electric, wasn't it?
Was.
And then the only turbo boost I saw when you press a button, the car takes off in the air and not pushing you back in the seat.
Yeah. That was wicked.
I loved it. Yeah.
So you've done your movie cars, you've done your 5 cars, speeding fines, that was impressive. Movie,
that was awesome.
yeah, car rants. Have you got any car rants?
Just the Cybertruck, man. I just can't.
You're not the first person to say
No,
this.
it's just just ugly. Like there's no the rest of them can pass for like if you've got family, you want something that's big that sort of fits the criteria and blah blah blah. But I don't. Yeah, everyone. That's why there's so many different types of rides out there. And when you pull up to a car show, there are so many different people's preferences.
Yeah.
But that I don't know who. That's almost like a status thing. I don't know with the Cybertruck.
Yeah, see, we had a lad called Jamie Walsh on, and he's moved over to Dubai. And he said there's a guy out in Dubai, which is completely pointless having a Cybertruck in Dubai because obviously fuel's so cheap. It's so cheap. But obviously for him, it's a great promotional vehicle.
Right.
Because
yes.
nobody else has got one. So, and I kind of get that.
Yeah.
But we're not allowed them here in the UK, are we?
Is it because they're too big?
I think there's a few things. They're too big.
Really
I think
embarrassing.
I think they're too big. I think it's the lines on them are too sharp or something.
Yes.
It is. Yeah. And then I think the steering wheel is only half steering wheel. You know, it's like a fighter jet type thing.
Like my Knight Rider.
Night Rider, exactly. Yeah.
You're right. No, I didn't clock that. The car, if you got hit by that, you'd want to be dead. You'd like, could you just run me over again? Like, I can see stuff.
Because you're embarrassed, or
no, because like that would
cut you in half, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course it would.
Yeah, it's too sharp. But I think obviously our roads aren't built for something that big, really. Anyway, are they?
No, definitely not.
You try parking that in Tesco's car park or Waitrose, like you. Yeah.
Oh, I don't. You know what? I do not go to Waitrose. No, the McLaren won't fit in there.
So, what's the fastest you've been in a car? It can be driving or passenger.
Where's this going?
On one of these tracks that you.
Yeah. So
out.
to be fair, I haven't done crazy in that. About 155.
Yeah.
And the reason why I said it, same with the Lambo. Like I said, I'm not a race driver, and these cars they don't muck about getting there.
Yeah.
And you shit yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and right, they got good aero. Don't get me wrong, but you're doing that speed and you feel everything. Because the car's pushed down. And any more than that will do. I think is a 212 standard.
Okay.
No. 150 coming off slip roads, and you just drive.
So
normal.
what's the 0 to 60 in that? Then?
I think it's free.
Is it?
Free something?
Madness.
Yeah, it's nuts. But again, I've never launched it. I always drive in a normal mode. It's got track mode on there, sports mode. And everything just changes on the dashboard.
Yeah, everything sort of goes stiff.
Your wheel comes up in front of you, goes, are you sure? Have you written your wheel
Sign
before?
a disclaimer.
Yeah, all that sort of But I'm not an experienced driver with a rear-wheel drive car with that power.
Yeah, so Lee said that about his Porsche, didn't he? The GT3 RS. He basically said that car has got way more like
balls than we have.
Yeah, and he said he's a good driver, but he said he just rather not.
If those go and you don't know what you're doing, that's a write-off.
Yeah,
you know. Don't get me wrong. In dry weather, I'll chuck her around, and she handles like a go-kart.
Mm-hmm.
She's absolutely brilliant. Like you got faith in her.
Yeah.
But I don't take her out in the wet. But if you do get caught short, then just take your time because she'll spin up. But she grips. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And everyone said they are very forgiving, but forgiven what I hit the tree and not the bus shelter with 20 people in it. But yeah, nah.
So this is something I thought about the other day actually, and I don't know how it's going to fall, but I think it's more of a female thing. But have you ever named a car?
No.
No, I don't think it's a manly thing to do, is it?
No.
No.
You have.
No. My other half has named my truck.
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
Do you call it that as well?
No.
What's it called?
She names it Rosie.
Definitely.
That's definitely not a Rosie truck.
No, but it's from an AC/DC song. So there's a song called Whole Lot of Rosie, and the first line is she ain't exactly pretty and she ain't exactly small.
Oh, okay.
So
that
I-
makes sense.
so I let her get away with that one.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a female
Yeah.
thing. So you
Yeah.
have to ask what next time we
Has Anne got named her Mini?
Yeah, I think she has. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm sure she has.
Yeah, it's definitely a girl thing.
Yeah.
But then we call cars she's.
Yeah, it's only, that sort of made me think about it when you were saying
like-
she. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
So-
why. It's probably because, they take all your money.
Expensive.
Yeah.
It's like that digging a hole, yeah?
Yeah. So my missus said she's going to download this for the plane.
Oh.
I just tell him you AI'd my voice. It weren't me, I swear. But yeah, no, I'll never name them. Nah.
Yeah, okay. Right, so have you got any funny related... You've already said a handful already, but have you got any funny related car stories?
No, just...
You said this in your text that you haven't got any, but you've already brought up a couple, so it doesn't...
Yeah, no, not...
No?
no.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've done to a car?
Do you remember? Right, Fast and Furious 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
When he had the purge kit, and then all the thing, I'd done that on my Daihatsu. But what I'd done, it was wintertime, we were going to a cruise, and I fed a piece of hose from a fish tank through to the, I had an F40 scoop bonnet on, I put on the front of the car.
You sent me a picture of this, didn't
That's
you?
right.
Yeah.
So I put 2 nozzles and fed that in. And the butane gas that you fill up the lighters with, I had one of those in the car. So I turned up and and after time I'm getting frostbite on my hands. I'm like, oh! And then it wouldn't even go through. Like, and it's all ended up in the bloody cabin. And good thing I don't smoke. But yeah, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever
I think that's
done.
the most embarrassing thing we've had on here, actually.
Yeah, just that. I thought, yeah, I had it's funny that because where I used to train, there was a police officer, huge guy. I won't mention his name, but he was into modifying cars as well. And every now and again, he'd come along and he'll pop his head, Ray, come and have a look at this. He loved his cars. He had a Civic Type R. He had one of those purge kits fitted to the car, but he also used to do, I'm not going to say who it is, but he used to street race.
Did he?
All the time.
Yeah.
Cops are the worst.
They're the worst, yeah, because they can get away with it.
Of course. My mate had a Supra back in the day, and he said a policeman stopped him and said, let's have a look underneath your bonnet, and he thought he was going to do him for something. He said, no, and he whispered to him, I'll meet you on the M11 if you want. And he was like, I said, describe this guy to me. He told him, and it was my mate.
Yeah.
And he was, he's got lost in his car and everything. Like, he literally popped his thing down. He's got a computer in there. He goes, I watched this. He had a can there, one in the boot, one for the purge kit. And he was a big boy. Like, brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant.
Big kid.
There's a car guy everywhere, isn't there, really?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I don't think I'd ever stop modifying or doing something to. So as soon as I get something in my head, I'm already thinking, like, I wish I never thought about that rear wing now. That's going to take a lot of time and effort.
It
but I
will,
thought to
yeah.
myself,
But obviously, once you make that, you say you're going to be able to sell it on?
I'll be able to, because they don't do them.
Right.
So it'll be a proper GT wing
Right.
that'll make that car look the absolute. To me, again, that's missing a rear wing at the back. It looks, the air rolls there with the ducktail back and everything, but it's missing a rear wing.
Yeah.
And that's just me being a customizer. That's all it is. But the ones they do from, they don't look. They're not my taste. So I can do one that will do, a proper GT wing, like you see on the back of the Porsches, but not that sort of style. It'll be, when it's done, I'll send you some pics.
Absolutely, yeah. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done fastest in a car. We're coming to the end of our questions, So we've got a couple of new questions, haven't we? What's the most beautiful car ever made?
In my eyes, would be, and this is only because, again, I'd customise it. There is a Mercedes, it's a SL. It's an old one. It's very similar to the sort of era, I think, with the E-Type.
Okay, like the Gullwing one.
Very similar.
All
but,
right.
I would say for me the lines
Right.
on that, and it's nothing what I would buy. But I just like the look of that particular.
Okay.
All the swooping lines and everything. And again, when they sell them, they sell the bodies online. And I think the donor car's I think it is a Mercedes, but you pop this fiberglass shell on it. But
I think I've seen this on YouTube. A guy building this on YouTube.
They've got a nice set of rims on it, tucked up.
Yeah.
And I said that there, I would love to do a project on something like that.
Yeah.
But if it's the one that sort of car like that, like the old Cayman Porsches and all that sort of stuff. You remember back in the day, 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy, the car that sort of thing there, only because that just needs a set of rims on there, drop it,
lower it a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've done the prettiest car in the world. What's the ugliest car ever made?
Cybertruck. It's not going to change. For me, there's nothing there at all that screams effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just me.
Good, no, good.
Yeah.
It's like a kid with a crayon drawing a car back in the day.
It is, isn't it?
And even they would have some sort of radius somewhere. Come for your dinner, what's up, mummy? And then, but
it's very straight, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely true.
I had to use a ruler on every part of it.
It's most probably the cheapest body you could ever make. But imagine, you don't even have to press that. Like normally, you know how normal car bodies are made. They press. That's square. That is no.
So what would you tell your younger self to pass the test? To
be fair, buy some L plates.
Yeah. Yes. That's nothing affected me financially doing that. My insurance didn't go up.
Did it not?
No, because I was still sat beside someone. It's just L plates. I've still sat beside someone with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing changed.
Did you ever go out on your own? Was you ever tempted to?
No.
Read between the lines.
So that type of in those times,
it's easier back then, wasn't it? Really, you haven't got the cameras. You haven't. The police couldn't just sort of see your registration and get all the history.
I know back in the day when when you get stopped by police. I weren't driving then. I was too young. The guys we were with, all you got to tell them is you've got no tax on the screen. When you tap to physical tax, it goes, it's in the post. Yeah. That was it.
Yeah, it covered it, didn't it?
No ifs. Yeah. No ifs or buts.
Do you remember somebody who worked at, I won't say names, but somebody worked at where we work, and they borrowed a tax disc from the work van. From the work van, and he had it in his car for a long time before he got.
One of my mates in
he didn't get done.
He used to. He literally was good on the computer, so he'd just laser print one for you. He'd put literally that's all you needed, and if the police would walk back then, it wasn't traffic wardens, it was the police.
Yeah,
and they'd have a look at it, make sure because they used to do them in colours, if you remember. So if you had a blue one, it was for 1 year. Yeah. As long as the colour was there and the date, they didn't care about anything else, and then just put it in the window, and that was it. Insurance, they couldn't check insurance, all that sort of stuff.
They physically had to phone up, didn't they? Give somebody the registration, who then had to look.
And they didn't have the database for it. So, but now, you just before they even stop you, they know all you do. I was stopped in my Lambo on the way to work, and I was going to work, and what happened? I just my number plate is private, so it was RA04 Nat. So my partner's name is Natalie.
I did wonder.
That's so sweet, Ray.
Yeah, I did wonder this.
So it's basically Ray for Nat. And when I transferred it over, they didn't.
That's almost like having like Dave and Sharon in the windscreen, isn't it?
That's what the truckers do, isn't it? Who's driving. They never updated that on the insurance, so they tried to stop me. I got to work very early in the morning, so it was only me and then this meat wagon behind me, and all of a sudden the lights came on. I said, I'm not fucking stopping, I'm legal. If I'm legal, I'm not stopping. You've got no reason to stop me. You've already checked up everything. But what happened, the number plate came up with no insurance. So I'd slowed down, and he'd literally tried to ram the front of the car. Then that didn't work, so I stopped, and then he anchored the brakes, so I'd go into the back of him. So that didn't work. So I just stopped and put the window about that much down. And he came up and goes, all right. So he goes, why didn't you stop? I said, maybe you could stop anywhere. I said, I can't. There's grass verges. The car will sink. I said, what's the problem? And he said, it's showing that your car's got no insurance. So I looked at him, and I felt a bit smug. I went to him. I looked around me. I said, really? Like, I'm going to drive this with no insurance? What happened? The insurance company didn't transfer it over to the number plate. And they sent for two. They said, I drove so long and so far, I came out of their jurisdiction. So they said, well, we can't deal with you. We sent for somebody else. So these two other guys come along, two young guys. lovely as pie. They went,
Just wanted to look at your car.
basically. So they came along and goes, we heard what car it was. It goes, no, we'll be fine. So he goes, I'm sure it is. Give me a producer, and that's when I found out what was wrong.
Right.
So I could have got screwed for that because
well, technically, you got no insurance.
exactly
Yeah.
the car was insured, but not under that number plate.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Which your insurance company would be like, we're not paying out.
yeah, exactly.
They would,
Yeah, and it
any
would've-
excuse.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that story came from. Sorry.
We asked you something. I don't even know now. So what was the questions that we come up with in the week?
Well, there's another one. Dave had one, didn't he? What car? You know, like resto modding.
Yes.
What car would you have?
Resto.
Any car back in the day?
Yes, RS200.
Oh yeah, this is on your thing, wasn't it?
Yes, RS200 was mine. And again, when I was at school, I thought that was a Porsche.
Yeah.
And I actually went in, I had a little model of it, a Kyosha Nitro car.
Yeah.
And I went into the model shop and said, oh yeah, that Porsche, how much is it? He goes, we don't have a Porsche in it. And then he said it was a Ford. I was like, I don't like it anymore. But yeah, it was, one of those.
Yeah, beautiful.
A friend of mine actually has got one of those. It's a replica one, signed by the guy that actually designed it. He's running about 750 brake in the back.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you say it's a replica, because there's never a production car, was it?
No, so they're rally
So
cars.
is it like a kit car that they've...
They are, they're kit cars, but they've got a chassis, proper made chassis for
Right.
it. The engine originally, I think, was like, a lot of people put Cosworths in the back.
Ah, okay.
So I can't remember what gearbox they used, but everything is as it
Yeah, it
was.
would have been, yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen the original one that they made. So what
It's
happened?
probably built better.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because
Yeah.
they said there was two guys working on one side of the car, and when you went on brake, two others. So the two sides of the cars were totally different. So the original ones never fit properly.
Right.
And if you wanted an original one, the guy who designed it was at a car show and he saw it and he signed it. And they said to him, I was like, where'd you get this from? He goes, oh, we've built it. He goes, well, it's original, isn't it? He said, no. He said, it's a replica. So it was done to the T where, it was absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
And he said, no, this is how it should be.
Yeah.
But our RS200, if I can get one of those, that'd be brilliant. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Or even a F40. Do you ever watch Sin City?
Yes.
When they had the F40
Yeah.
and the GT?
Yeah.
What they done to those rides, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm
They
not
were
really into
quite
American
slow.
muscle, but what they do to their cars, they're absolute bollocks. I love them. To look them, you can appreciate
Yeah, absolutely.
what
yeah.
they do. The rims tucked under, they're just gorgeous.
Yeah, oh, good answer. Yeah. So one of the questions that we come up with in the week was if you could, I think I'm going to probably butcher this now. If you could only have one make of car for the rest of your life.
So you got to imagine you
What would it
may
be?
go broke or
Yeah,
you may win the lottery.
So and you're getting old as well, so you can't just go with like, I'm going to go with Ferrari because as an old person you might not be able to get. So it takes some thinking, I think, and this is why I haven't sent you it because we've only come up with it. So if you could only have one make of car for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
One make.
So you got to look at it's from where you are now, and you might even win the lottery. So, but you still
What
only
would suit
you
you,
still
sort
only
of
be
thing.
able to have that brand, but you might not win the lottery. So you're still obviously going through your life, and you're gonna get old, so you're gonna struggle getting in and out of it. Funds might not always be there, so you don't want to. You want something that's going to be reliable.
Right. Okay.
Practical, fun.
Well, we both sort of said Ford, didn't we? But that's not necessarily like.
That's not everyone, but we like the Mustangs. We like the
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, you're saying that, and the Mustangs, they're not going to be cheap to run as you get older.
No,
Just
but
due
then
to
you
fuel.
could
buy
get
a Mondeo.
You could get a Mondeo or Fiat Focus
Oh,
or
sorry.
something. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not one make. That was the original
Make.
question, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was just one.
So, you can have any model from it, but you have to only have one make.
Bloody hell.
This is one we'll have to send people. It's quite.
Do you know why? Because you're saying that, and I would say even the supercars brands have got like the Urus.
Yes.
The Ferrari, you've got their 4x4.
Yeah.
So if it's going to be like that, it'd probably be a Lambo. Only because I like the finish on them. They got wicked power plants in them.
But the other thing that we kind of like ballpoint ended was you might not always have the funds that you've got now to run them and maintain them as well, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a funny. It's a hard one because
It's really hard.
You would want your performance. So straight away, that's you need that.
Yeah.
And then to get in and out of a car. So I mean, like when you said that straight away, I thought to myself, Nissan GTR.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a family car. You know, shitloads of power.
Yeah.
Still get your friends in the back shopping, and when you want to be silly, you can kill yourself. So let's just say, let's just say,
Okay,
let's say
that's
in this
good.
end,
For the first answer, that was actually really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we've done. Have we done all the questions, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done all the questions. Do you want to just go through your app again and tell everyone if you would like to get them to come onto your app, what it actually does, what you expect from it?
So basically, again, in a nutshell, the app was designed, I saw a massive gap in the market. So you go to shows, they're not all year round. The app basically allows you to put any customized vehicles on there to show them off to the world. So it's basically like a car show.
On an app.
Yeah, but all around the world, every single day. And we're trying to build a community. So please, I mean, it's free as well. Yeah. So basically, you get on there and just have a scroll. And we're open to any advice or any critique to the app. Things you don't like. Things
plenty of them out there and didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, again, like we're new to this. So anything that you might think, or even the visuals, get back to us, and we'll slowly tweak it. But at the moment, we are trying to grow. So, like I said, it don't cost you anything to get on there. When we do get a bit bigger, we will be giving away some half decent prizes. There is a voting system on there as well. So, for argument's sake, us three put our cars on there. The public vote on it at the end of the month. Whoever's top voted vehicle in any category, we'll send you something.
That's really cool.
So
like modern. Like, I know a lot of the old school people have like the old forums they used to have. It was a very modern sort of version of that, really.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just one hub where you basically go there to just scroll and look at modified vehicles, and you're not segregated to one vehicle on there. You could put as much as you want on there, even if you've got a bike. You don't have to have one thing. Yeah. So we are growing. We're trying to get longer videos on there and all the rest of it as well. So it is hard because it's all funded by myself.
Okay. Fair play to you.
And that's why it takes long. I've got work to do, and we have got a team that deal with everything, and bless them, they all literally do this for the love of the app. So we are trying. I'm going to cry. It's been long time coming, but I said we're just there to literally help everyone to show their rides off.
Cool.
So
it sounds really good, especially for obviously our audience. It's spot on, isn't it? So obviously going for the track day side of things, how do people get in touch with you about that? So basically, if you go onto a website, I'll probably have to give it to you so you can link it down. Basically, you get to go out in our M2 competition with Ash Miller. Yeah. Like I said, you guys get down there, man. You'll enjoy that. So basically, you'll take you out one-to-one tuition. Take about 5 people maximum so that you get good track day. It would be for the full day, and you're literally out in the M2. He'll teach you how to drive that car, and he'll show you what it can do at the end of the day as well. We supply some snacks and whatever for the day. Okay. But it's a good networking as well. So a lot of people that do come there, they don't know each other. Yeah. So again, it could be a corporate day, but it's more the fact that everyone's on the same sort of level there as well. It's a good bunch of people. You do get to go out again with a car that you can literally put your foot down, and you're not going to go. You're not wrecking your own car. You get to drive it. You get trained how to drive it properly as well, and then he'll take you out and scare the shit out of you. Yeah, more or less. He'll show you what the car can do at the end of the day. But it is a really good day out. Cool. So, but I won't be doing. We've got one more in December. We're probably fully booked on that at the moment, but we'll be doing as soon as the track's open, the weather starts sorting itself out next year. We'll be doing it out next year as well. Brilliant. So okay, all right. You've already found it? Yeah. Fair enough. Right, well, so we'll end it here. If you want to come back on with your driver as well, but you're more than welcome. We'd love to have a chat with you again. Lovely. I think he normally says put some comments in the bottom. Subscribe. People don't tend to subscribe to us yet, but we'll get there. And then we've got merch available. If anyone wants it, just contact us. And thank you very much for your time. And thank you. Lovely chatting to you. Thank you, cameraman. That was really cool. And there's some stickers here for you as well. Oh, nice one. You can stick them on your track car if you want. Yes.